Elmo is an open source AEO tool that helps you understand what AI thinks about your brand. The way it works is we take a bunch of prompts, run them against ChatGPT, Google AI mode, etc., and that lets you track how often your brand or your competitors' brands are being mentioned by AI, and it also lets you track how AI is looking at different web pages and including those in responses relevant to the prompts that are related to your brand. So to get started, all you need is npm and Docker Compose. So we'll install our CLI, then run Elmo init. And yeah, we'll use Postgres and Docker to actually scrape data from ChatGPT instead of using the API directly. We can use a tool like BrightData or OloStep. This yields different results and is frequently cheaper than using a direct API call with web search enabled. So to do one prompt across ChatGPT and Google AI mode 5 times a day for an entire month costs around 45 cents using BrightData. So let's do this. And then we also use a direct LLM API, either through OpenRouter or one of the direct providers, to do keyword generation, like prompt generation, and also various things under the hood for running the Elmo platform. So let's choose OpenRouter. And let's share telemetry. Let's subscribe to email updates for feature releases. And then it will run on port 1515, and let's start it now. So it runs it with Docker Compose. Instead of looking at a blank instance, let's just look at the live demo right now. We have 2 brands that we've been running for a bit now, both Elmo itself and Nike. Let's take a look at Nike. So on the main page, you can see visibility over time for your brand. You can also see kind of like citation categories over time. And if we look at the visibility page, we can see overall like runs and individual prompts. So like alternatives to Nike for high performance running. The highest mentioned here are Adidas and Asics. And then let's say we wanted to look into the details. We can jump in, see which brands are being mentioned the most. We can also look at the query fan out. So which web queries are being used by ChatGPT under the hood to answer these questions. So even though the prompt says this, running shoes, high performance alternatives, Nike might be the actual query that ChatGPT is sending off. And we can also look at citations, which I'll look at another page as well, and LLM responses, which shows what the actual response is from the LLM to this query. So this is helpful if you're looking for a concrete example instead of just overall aggregate analytics. And then for the citations page, this shows over time. Let's select the last 7 days here. It shows all of the different web pages that are used in the construction of those responses. So here we can see that even though Nike is a very popular brand, for running shoe related queries, almost no brand pages are mentioned in comparison to social media and other pages that are generally review websites. So if we scroll down here, we can see that Google loves to cite itself, but then there are also a lot of Reddit, Run Repeat, YouTube, Reddit Rex, Runner's World, like a lot of like review or like community sites that are providing feedback on shoes. So that's what ChatGPT and Google AI mode tend to favor when answering questions about recommendations for running shoes. We also have individual URLs themselves, both for your brand, your competitors, on those social media platforms, and also like the other websites in general. So best running shoes on Run Repeat is very popular, for example. And we also look at which subreddits have a lot of citations. So you have b-ball shoes in specific threads on Reddit, and a bunch of different ones that might be relevant to your brand to post on or to consider as inspiration for types of content that you should produce. We also track recent changes, so new pages that are being mentioned a lot, dropped pages that have fewer citations, pages that are seeing title changes, or new domains that weren't previously mentioned before. And all of this can help you discover content opportunities or partnerships that might be interesting to grow your brand's presence on LLMs. So please try it out, and you can contact me at jared@elmohq.com if you have any questions.